Good morning, YouTube. How are we doing this morning? Well, it's evening for me, obviously, but I'm making this video Tuesday night, and you will see this Wednesday morning. I won't have a lot of videos this week. I kind of explained last week I'm going to be on vacation. I'll do some uploading of that when I get back. Today I'm gonna put aside MGTOW, although I believe that this push for tolerance and pushing out our values and our common sense comes from a lack of masculinity, a lack of common sense, logic is absent in this as well. So last night there was an attack in Manchester, and something like 21 killed, 58, 59 injured in a suicide bombing. ISIS has claimed responsibility. In this push for multiculturalism and that all cultures and beliefs are created equal, even though we're seeing that they're not, because nobody who isn't clinically insane would ever blow themselves up to kill innocent girls at a concert. But we keep pushing this. If you say anything bad about Islam, you're a racist, which black people, white people, many different cultures of people practice Islam. So it's not based on race. It is a religious sect. And if they're not going to push out and get rid of this radicalized sect of Islam, then they are perpetuating this, and we should not be allowing risky people to come into this country. Now, what do you mean by risky? I mean, if you come from a place that is not friendly to the United States, who has a large population of people who hate the West, then maybe we shouldn't be allowing some of those people in. Or maybe we need to have a deep vetting process. Nobody has a right to be anywhere but where they're at. If they don't want to live in a crap hole, then they need to make the decision to do something about it, and destroying and blowing themselves up isn't the way to go about it. And I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot of, oh, white man this, white man that, white man this, white man that. Well, you can say that, but there are a lot of Asian cultures that are highly successful as well as some that are not successful. Because they did things differently. They did not want to live under this. And there are plenty of white people in countries such as Russia that live in poverty and live in chaos and turmoil. It's all based upon who you allow to lead you. If the people aren't willing to rise up, or in some cases can't rise up because their ability to protect themselves has been taken away by the very government, you know, it's all just a big cycle. They take your guns, they take control over you, they build their own power, they don't have any fear of resistance, and bada boom, bada bing, the rich get richer and richer and more elite and more elite, and then you have no middle class, and you just have the haves and the have-nots. And, you know, I will take on anybody who says that I'm a racist, because I don't think that people who have a high propensity of killing Americans and killing Westerners have a right to come into my country. They don't. And they could say, oh, it's a small percentage. When you've got, what, 1.2 billion people, even if it's 1% of the population, how many millions of that is there? 1.2 million? The Islamic faith, by its very nature, if you take it by what it says and follow all the sects of it, or whatever you want to call it, all the teachings in it, it is not compatible with Western culture. They do not believe women have rights. They do not believe that gays should live, let alone get married. They do not believe that multiple cultures can survive together peacefully in one area. It is convert or die. And a lot of these mosques that we keep finding in the US and all across the world are teaching these extreme beliefs. So what's happening is more and more people are getting radicalized. And with the ability of the internet, people who don't even live in the same continent or part of the world are able to watch these radical preachers, radical teachers, whatever you want to call them, and become radicalized. And something was pointed out today is that a lot of these terrorists are children of immigrants or children of refugees. They themselves may have been born here or born in the country that they caused havoc in, but their parents were not. So the one that blew himself up last night, his parents were not from here. He was, or from England or the UK. He was born there, I believe, but his family was not originally from there. The one who shot up the nightclub, his parents were not from here. He was born here, but his parents were not from here. The Tsarnaev brothers, parents were not from here, but they were born here. I believe, at least the younger one. I don't know about the older one, but I know that their parents were not from here. So there seems to be this pattern of these children getting radicalized and getting these teachings from somewhere. And I'm not saying that it's from the parents. Maybe they're out looking for their roots, trying to learn about their culture that was left behind and stumbling onto this. I don't know. But there seems to be this weird pattern of this going on. So, anyway guys, just some stuff to think about. We got to be logical. We got to use common sense. I'm not gonna go in to a prison and invite that. That's not even that good. I'm not gonna play with fire, because eventually you're gonna get burnt. The more you play with it, the more you condone it, the more you make excuses for it, the more of a chance you're gonna get burnt. And we're seeing that. I mean, we're seeing mass rapes in Germany and was it Switzerland, of gangs of Islamic refugees, that places that used to be safe to walk around at night are no longer safe. And we just got to pay attention to this. Like I said, we got to be logical. We got to use common sense. We got to quit playing this multiculturalism bullcrap. And we got to stand up and do what is right for us as a society, and realize that not everybody believes that our society is right. And when that happens, and you bring those people into your country, they're not going to want to live in your country the way it is. They're going to want to change it. And when you have this culture of over-acceptance to a point of detriment, then you destroy your own culture. You destroy all of that civility that you claim to have. Anyway guys, that's all I got for you today. I don't know what I'm going to label this, but we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.